Now your first alert traffic with Akievia McFarland. Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
All right, it is time again for another quick check of those roadways. We're still looking great out there. Right now, we're not following any reports of any wrecks, and your slowdowns are still very minimal at 6:06 in the morning. Checking out your traffic flow view, we're in Northwest Florida right now, and you can see all those major roadways moving right along for traffic that is out there, looking pretty zippy. It's later on in the day that we're going to start seeing slowdowns out there, so we'll let you know when that happens. But for now, enjoy this calm start. Checking things out back here at home. Actually, we've got a quick view here in Northwest Florida. This is I-110 near Tahar Drive. You can see traffic heading both northbound and southbound moving right along. Now let's come closer to home. On the right side of our screen, we're looking at the entrance to the Wallace Tunnel. Nothing slowing down drivers there. On the left side, things looking smooth out there on Government Street as drivers make their way in and out of the Bankhead Tunnel. Just stay below 12 feet and you should have a nice easygoing day in and out of the Bankhead. Time for your drive times now. These are here in Mobile County, looking along parts of I-65 and I-10. So far, so good.
Now your first alert traffic with Akievia McFarland. Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
Keeping an eye on some of those major roadways for you, and still not looking too bad out there this morning. Right now we're looking at Airport Boulevard and I-65 here in Midtown Mobile. You can see Airport still pretty quiet, but it's not going to stay that way. Going to start getting pretty busy in the next, I'd say, half hour or so. So definitely try to plan ahead for your commute. I-65 looking pretty good, not seeing any slowdowns there. A couple of more views on the left side. We're looking at I-65 near Spring Hill Avenue here in Mobile. On the right side, that's a busy intersection in Fairhope. US 98 at Highway 104. Not a whole lot of action right now, but I do expect a lot more as the day progresses. Let's go ahead and get into your drive times now. These are for my friends waking up in Baldwin County. Looking pretty good from Spanish Fort to the Florida State Line. It's about a 27-minute drive. 13 minutes from Fairhope to the Bayway, taking US 98, and about a 40-minute drive along Highway 90 from the Bayway to Elsinore. Drive safely.
7-point favorite. That's all for sports.
Now your first alert traffic with Akievia McFarland. Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
Good morning. We're following up on that breaking news. We're keeping an eye on Highway 90 following that pedestrian struck earlier this morning. That is on Highway 90 near Lansdowne Drive. And while that scene is active, you can expect that part of the highway is going to be pretty busy, so you may want to avoid it for a little while until we get more information, until things get cleared up there. Also in this view, we can see a little bit of a slowdown out there on Demetropolis Road as well, just a bit north of Highway 90, south of the highway. Things are looking good, but speeds are briefly down to about 5 miles per hour. So again, if you're going to be making your way west in these areas, please be mindful of that scene happening there on Highway 90. Now back here in Mobile, looking at our all-in credit union camera, taking a look at Airport Boulevard. I just saw a lot of traffic sitting there at that light working to make its way east, but it has moved through. Now it's looking pretty clear, but from this point on, you could expect lots of busy traffic along Airport and all those roads parallel to Airport as well. Looking at the interstate, this is I-10, looking at the Wallace Tunnel entrance. Things looking smooth there, and for drivers making their way into downtown Mobile along Water Street too. We'll have a look at some drive times and the opposite end in a few.
Now your first alert traffic with Akievia McFarland. Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
Last check of those roadways before the 7 o'clock hour, and we are still keeping an eye on that breaking news out there on Government Street, talking US 90, where that pedestrian was struck earlier this morning near Lansdowne Drive. We're going to be keeping an eye on this area, and while that scene is still active, you can expect that it's going to be busy there. You may want to avoid it, find a different way to your morning commute. Those speeds out there on Demetropolis Road have improved back to 20 miles per hour, so looking good there. A quick look at the Bayway and the Causeway on our BLP Mobile Paints camera. Everything is still smooth out here as we get the day started. Stick with us throughout the morning. I will let you know when and if that changes, but hopefully it won't. Checking you out, one more view over in Northwest Florida. This is I-10 near the Welcome Center, about 3 miles away from here near Pine Forest Road. We're going to be keeping an eye out for eastbound delays. Drive safely. Now. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Check out our traffic flow view. We can see I had some purple out there on my westbound lanes out there on US 90. Looks like that has cleared up. So if you're going to be traveling in this area, please drive extra cautiously just in case there is still a scene that remains. But things looking good along Government. Otherwise, I-10 also looking pretty good. So as well as Rangeline Road, not too far away. Checking out your interstate now, this is I-10 and Water Street on our window depot of Mobile camera. Traffic in and out of that Wallace Tunnel is moving swiftly. Our camera is glitching just a little bit, but don't worry about that. And traffic onto Water Street looking smooth as well. At the opposite end over in Daphne, this is our BLP Mobile Paints camera. Whether you're taking the Bayway or the Causeway anytime soon, I think you're going to like what you find out there. So let's go ahead and jump into your drive times now. Check those out. These are for my friends waking up in Baldwin County, looking along parts of I-10, Highway 98, and Highway 90. We'll check things out over in Northwest Florida in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Akievia. The 46th Kennedy Center Honors Awards airs tonight right here on WKRG. The award pays tribute to the life and legacy of the biggest stars who have made the biggest impact. Skylar Henry has a special preview of what you can expect tonight. That's the countdown of another 5 things you need to know this morning.
Now your first alert traffic with Akievia McFarland. Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers.
Last check of your Wednesday morning roadways, and we're looking pretty good out there still. I promise you a view over in Northwest Florida, so that's what we're doing right now. We're looking at I-110 near Tahar Drive, both those northbound and southbound lanes looking pretty good right now. Plenty of traffic out there moving right along. Taking you over to Okaloosa County, we're looking at our Fort Walton Beach view, looking at US 98. Things pretty calm out here right now, but later on in the day, we're going to be watching out for westbound delays really close to that county line, so be prepared for that as well. Taking you north, we're looking in Escambia County, Alabama. This is our Wind Creek camera looking along I-65. If you're going to be traveling through Atmore, County Road 14, also pretty quiet, and this view tends to stay pretty calm, so hopefully it stays like this throughout the day. Here's a quick look ahead at the drive times that are usually our hot spots in the afternoon. Heading west across that Bayway, things are normal right now. The same goes for that eastbound commute. I also like what I'm seeing along US 98 between Fort Walton Beach and Navarre. Drive safely.
You're watching WKRG News 5, local coverage you can count on. With Devin Walsh, meteorologist Caroline Carithers, and Akievia McFarland traffic. This is WKRG News 5 at 9.
Good morning and welcome back. So we all know that you can pretty much buy anything in New York City, right?
Right.
Seems like it.
Yes. Well, there's a new store in the heart of Times Square and they sell only one thing. 10 fish, sardines, anchovies, octopus, and more. The store, The Fantastic World of Portuguese Sardines, recently opened, specializing in 10 fish. Portuguese sardines are considered the best for their fresh flavor and buttery texture. Now, I have some sardines right here that our producer, Evan Marr, brought in. He said that he's afraid to open them up in the newsroom because they're kind of stinky.
Yeah, they're going to have a little strong smell for sure.
Yes, but I don't know. At first I thought it was olive oil. I was not awake this morning whenever he sent it.
It's on a cracker.
It's not
no problem. Tasty.
See, I've never had it, so I'm really not sure. I can't judge it too much, but I don't think I would like it.
Yeah. Oof. Not for me.
Yeah. No. Well, thank you so much for tuning in this morning at WKRG News 5 at 9.
Sky 5 drone footage is brought to you by Eastern Shore Hyundai.